This is your basic No Man's Sky Wii mod, all your simple stuff. Make sure you turn off your unlimited material pack, super packs. Change this when you're trying to get like your Sentinel spaceships and things like that. Helps out a lot. But the main reason we're here today is for the Nom Nom Save Editor. Try to give a quick run through of this. We use the permadeath one today. Go to edit. Just started it, that way we can see. So that's because of Wii mod already in. Your exosuit, yada yada. Come over here to milestones. Milestones is pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So you gotta make everything match. You can't just change one, can't just change this, that, or another. Everything has to match as far as like your standing, your missions complete. Same thing with your frigates and your freighter. All of that has to match. Pretty simple with these. Learn all. It's going to take forever. Depending on your computer, I guess. Guess it just depends. And if you end up doing something that it doesn't like, then it will just kick you out. And then you just have to reopen it, go back in, and try to figure out what you did wrong. 9 times out of 10 it's something simple. There was a number that wasn't right, there's a number that's too high. And roughly 3 minutes later, all of these words have been logged. So you don't have to chase down those pesky little knowledge stones or talk to roughly, what is it, 918 of those knowledge stones, or GEC in general. Now, most of these are super easy to do. You probably won't need to change any of these. I wouldn't worry about it. It doesn't really help you. Now, most of your achievements, as far as these go, you can always manipulate that if you want to get your standing a little higher. But as you play, a lot of that will go. I mainly just use this page to get rid of this. Helps all the hunting of words. And then if you go to your catalog, it'll have pretty much everything. Get all your glyphs, which is super easy if you plan on not looking for everything. Just unlock all of those. It'll automatically do it. A lot of this is just collected stuff or things you can craft over time as you get further into the game if there's anything you need, but it will affect your progress as far as like achievements. You might have to install and reinstall some things. Nothing too bad. This is everything for your Quicksilvers, whatever you want to install. Everything's fine there. Not really any trouble. It normally doesn't kick you out of anything. This one's super fun if there's a certain galaxy you looked up or anywhere you want to go in particular. They do have all 256, I believe it is. The only thing is, whenever you pick one, make sure that your X, Y's, and Z's, so this is going to be whichever solar system. I haven't really figured out the full details. I just know whichever one you pick, you want to make sure you're like roughly 3,000 to 4,000 right here and distance to center, because if you put it too close you won't be able to travel away and it won't let you jump to the center of the galaxy to move on to the next one. Now of course you can change it to where you're however far you want to be. Each number will put you at a different coordinate, like so. Whichever system you want, these little glyphs will change. And if you're ever somewhere and you need to know where you're at in case you're trying to tell someone, you can always come to the save editor and it will be right here of where you're at, where you're located. So you can give that to your friends, your co-ops, and they can travel to you. Whether it be this way or if it's through a portal. Exocrafts, you can come, you can enable all these open slots, which are okay. You can't really do a whole lot of changing to this, but now you can come and edit what's in here through this screen. It'll probably hop back over. You can do procedural, which will be all of this. Now these are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, so you have A, B, well, C, B, and A, I think it is. And then some of them, the 4 is actually just the module itself to install, I believe. Multi-tool, you can change your class, you can change the type. You can come here, find one you like, and get it swapped over that way. Or you can do like I like to do, make it an S. Click here, you have the scepters, the staff, the sentinel, etc., etc. I'm normally a fan of exotics. Exotics are cool. And then as far as here goes, you can put this to 100. I haven't tried to go higher. I don't really want it to kick me out. Plus, by the time you upgrade everything here, it'll be ridiculously overpowered. Then your starship. You go to technology here, and if you want to fully max it out, you're going to need a 10 by 7 window here. Now it's not going to fully load it the first time around, so just come back to like cargo. You don't want to start changing anything until you have all of the windows, like so. This right here will repair all damaged. This right here will open up all of the slots, which is pivotal. Otherwise you can do one at a time if you feel like clicking, or if you feel like buying them because you have like the Wii mod open, or you're running how much ever credits you want through the general screen. That'll take care of all of that, so you can just buy all of it if you feel like doing that. And then you can even do a full supercharge, where every slot will be supercharged. This process takes a little bit. I haven't ever had it kick me out of that yet, but I normally do it while they're empty, because it takes a lot longer if you have things in the slots. There we go. And then I kind of just organize here, so if you click and drag, you can move things where you want them, like so. And then you right click, you can go to add replace item. This window will pop up. Equipment's your only option. You have all ships but except for alien, and then procedural. A lot of what you're going to put here is going to be procedural, and that's the majority of your stuff there. And this is the same rating system, so you got C, B, A, and then your S rank, or it's CBA, and then it's the elite, and then S rank, and then you have your X, which are hit or miss sometimes, and then your 0 is a piece of damaged equipment. So I wouldn't put that on too many things, unless sometimes you get lucky and there's a good one, and that's pretty much the same case for everything. Another damaged one. So just be careful with that. X's are hit or miss. You never know what you're going to get. 4 is always your S class, and you're going to either get something good, something bad. It won't tell you on this screen. S's, I've never really seen a bad one. Most of the time, they're either like what you want them to be, or they normally only have like 2 to 3 benefits, sometimes 4. A lot of the times what you can do is you can pull it from this screen and put it in your inventory, which I will show later, and then you can duplicate it and try to get something different, something better if you want to spend the time doing it. And then your all ships is just all your extra stuff, your trails, figurines, all ships. But alien is everything that you can add extra. So like you have the rocket launcher here, you scroll through here and you get the large rocket tubes. Apply that real quick. Boom. Move that in line, put it however you want, store it however you want, etc. Same situation. You can go S-Class, Fighter. As you add, they'll add to this list here, the drop down box. And if you want to change it, I wouldn't recommend changing your starter ship, just because I've never done it. If that's what you're into, go ahead, but find it. You can always buy one from the closest space station. And then you have these options here. If you want to pick something like a special edition or something released at a different time. If you don't see what you're looking for, hit reload. And normally it'll change a few of them here or there. I normally go for, if I can find it, doesn't appear to be popping up. Okay, so if it's not there, then you can always come here, and then you have a few of the special edition ones here. Royal Starbound Runners, the one you see pretty much a lot of people have. It hovers, you don't have to land it every time, it hovers over everything. It's a very good ship, and that's the one I use on my regular account, maxed all the way out. Pretty fun. But you can do your Sentient, which is your living ships that you get from your void eggs. Your robot ships, which are your sentinel ships, which are your interceptors, and they're pretty cool. This will give you a random one. Now, if there's anything you know as far as the seed, like let's say you want a specific ship you've seen someone else have, and they have the seed posted, you just come here and change the seed. That's the same thing for like your squadron pilots. So like your starship and everything will pop up here. Your pilot will be here. You can change the rank by using this number. Normally it'll be lit up once I unlock it. You can change the race. If you find a good one and you want to seed that one in, you can seed it for all 4 of them. You can also seed the same 4 ships here. So that way they all match. Some people do it, some people like to find them random, so on and so forth, etc. Back to the multi-tool. So your multi-tools, I can't exactly remember what the full one is, so I normally just do a 10x7. And if it's too much space, I'll come back and change it later. And if anything you do, the system doesn't like, it will kick you out and you just have to reboot it. It happened to me the first couple times when I started, but after a while it kind of got the hang of me goofing off with it, and it started letting me get away with a lot more. Now this is also a brand new save, so I've barely even fixed my starship and took it off to another planet. That'll have a big impact on what you can and can't get away with on your save editor. Like no base building, no freighters, no frigate list, your squadron's not set up yet. As you complete those things and unlock them in the game, then you can change them on your save editor. Booyah, like so. exosuit will come through and we'll open all of these up. So these will already be here, you just unlock them over time. And I wouldn't modify any of this just because realistically if you're running other mods like WeMod or anything like that, you don't really have to worry about energy or health or your shield. That'll all kind of just be substantial. Then we'll go to technology. Here we'll do another 10x7. Then we'll activate all of those. Now all of these can be supercharged through and through for everything, your multi-tool, your exosuit, your starships. Even your freighter list can be supercharged. Exocraft, they will not let you do that. I haven't really used them too much in the 170 hours I've played my original account. Mainly because everything else modded so hard. Like, you mod the jetpack to unlimited fuel and a faster one, and next thing you know, you're scooting all around the place with it. Makes life super easy. Now your starships, as far as they go, so this is your base stats. This is normally like the highest you can go, but I found that you can modify all of that. Hyperdrive isn't installed yet, so me putting 100 here. What I need to do is I need to make sure that I go to technology, add an item, drag this over. Hyperdrive. I'm going to need to go here. So with the hyperdrive installed, I need to come here with this being at 100. Go to add replace item, drag this over, hyperdrive 1 and all ships except alien. You apply that. Oh, did it wrong. Okay. So that I put hyperdrive at 100, I'll come here, add replace item, drag this over so you can see it. Then you'll go to ship, and then you have broken stuff, some extra stuff, and ship. But you're going to want to install this right here, which is a hyperdrive module. That way when you load, you don't have any like stubborn issues as far as it glitching. Now it will or will not say it sometimes before or after you get out of here. Like if I come here and then I come back here, still doesn't say it. So just kind of keep an eye on what you put in. You can put too much in here and it will it'll just throw a warning when you start your save, when you start the game up. Common little thing, all you gotta do is delete whatever extra you added. Make sure you check the stats on everything so you can fix it there. And that's pretty much the easiest way I've found to navigate through this without it kicking me out or doing anything crazy. Now here, back to this, like let's say you want to get your progress up. When you go to missions completed, like see it says promotion in 3. So I think the max on this one's 100. Yeah. And this will kind of also give you an idea of like how many you need. So like let's say I put 3 here, I'm gonna go up 1 rank, I need 2 more. Let's say I put 50 here, I'm at 9 and I need 10 more, so it'd be 60. So instead of 100 I can just put 60 and I have my 10 out of 10 and I don't have my ranking super crazy. So you can do it like that. I recommend learning all of these because I hate hunting down knowledge stones, but you do you. Systems visited, walkers destroyed, words learned. That's the one that this takes care of. Missions completed. A lot of this you'll be able to just take care of yourself as you play. There's not really any reason to cheat it unless you're just one of those types. Want all of them out the gate. I haven't really seen anything that benefits me for having my standing higher other than being able to like do certain missions on like the mission boards and things like that. So I don't really mess with any of that. I mainly just learn all the words. And then your animal companions are a little tricky. So you can figure out like names, scales, climates. I recommend getting them first and then coming here and changing them how you want. Mainly as you go, you'll find pretty cool animals throughout the game. I'd modify these as you want and these as you want more than anything. But everything else you'll pretty much find as you go. And once again, anything you unlock here, as you unlock it in the game, it may or may not let you get the achievement, so you may have to come back, unlock it, or lock it back, lock selected, and then from there you can go through the game and get it back as you would. Now if you go to cargo, let's say there's something specific you need, you're not running WeMod with EasyCraft, come here, add replace item, and then they have just about everything you could want. Product, category wise, like your building parts, but a lot of that you unlock as you go, nothing too crazy, unless you want, I don't know, maybe you want the light fisher, which is like a special found item. You don't feel like hunting it down. It'll be there. Components, have all of the components you could want. Consumable, have all of the recipes. Instead of you having to hunt them down, you can just get them from here. Not exactly sure what these are. I've never really tried to open them up. But anything you find hard, or anything hard to find, should I say, it'll be easier to find here. Some of your modules are in here, and most of this is for your multi-tool and your exosuit and your exocraft. So you can get whichever rating you want. Luckily these have the pictures to show you which one's which. But yeah, they pretty much have everything, all of your exocraft stuff, frigate fuels. A lot of this, if you unlock it through the catalog, you can just right click in game or click on it itself and you can build it right then and there. So not too bad. All of the curiosities, if there's anything you can't find throughout the game or you don't feel like waiting. A good thing to have are these. Anything that'll help you build your standing with whichever one. They even have all your black market stuff. This is for if you're trying to build like a specific StarCraft you want, you can come here, get whichever pieces you need, and then you can change the trails, etc. This is all your appearance stuff, figurines, etc. They have all of the fish. So if you one of those types like me that just want to collect all the fish, you can figure out what it is, where it's at, just kind of from this list. It'll give you an idea of like its rating. So these are your S class, so on and so forth. Your yellow ones, your green ones, your blue ones, your purple ones. All those are just rankings. This list is a little bit different than the rest of them. You kind of want to base off the picture. A lot of this is stuff that you'd find as far as hidden treasures, things like that, fossils, documents, etc. And then all of your tradable things here. But yeah, I'd recommend using this for anything that you don't feel like finding, or if you're having a hard time to find. Pretty much everything will pop up as you go. There's not really a whole lot of need unless you just want to be an overachiever. Get to it early, but remember, the earlier you get it, sometimes you have to go back, delete it. That way you can get your achievements or you can pursue further through the game. Sometimes you have to turn off your mods for the same reason. Some mods will hold you back from getting your achievements or successing a mission. And if you have anything set like your auto craft or you already have an ingredient on you, a lot of the times you just have to wait. So you accept the mission, you wait for the little check mark on the box, wait for it to tell you to go back, and then you go back. If you close right out of it and then come back to it immediately and it hasn't cleared, then you will not be able to submit it for being finished. And that's pretty much a rundown of the save editor for now. I might come back, explain a little more on the frigate, freighter, building list, and once I get some more starships and I get this modified to where it's maxed out, I'll come back and show that detail. And then we'll go in game and see what all the numbers are looking like as far as how much damage, shield, hyperdrive, and maneuverability you have, and so on. Then you don't have to save or anything. It'll automatically save. Then you close. And say there's 4 of them without changes. That's fine. All that should be updated. Whatever isn't, so when you go in game and there's something that you changed that's not changed in game, that means a number was too big or something you added isn't capable of being added. Just click yes, it'll close. That's all the documents for it. Then back to WeMod, just because I use it and it's fun to use. Helps me when I'm not trying to deal with finding things. You can turn them all on, you can turn them all off, pick and choose what you want.